when we're looking at agri-renewables, agrivoltaics, we see that we have power generation, electricity access, food production and yields being increased, and also an element of incorporating the community here. You know, you're now able to provide jobs to the community, you're able to provide food to the community. I mean, this food isn't necessarily being grown just to satisfy the needs of the IPP that is developing this project here. It's all about the communities and the socio-economic development that we can facilitate. And so it's a massive opportunity here to actually take it not only from subsistence farming, but because you've got such big land masses, you could actually turn this into a commercial operation. Now, very interestingly, we had a conversation with JCM Power, who have a solar plant in Malawi. And now Malawi has been plagued with lots of issues that make it difficult to create projects, renewable energy projects there, even though there's a massive need. And they did something that was so smart in my opinion, which was, you know, everything we have spoken about now in terms of agrivoltaics, they did this. But then they created chili fields underneath the solar PV modules. Now, those chilies, we're not talking about a couple handfuls and a few bags. We're talking about tons and tons of chilies that they were able to produce. They were able to teach the locals on how to tend, care and grow for chilies, creating a mini industry where it wasn't before. Again, from that shade, kind of giving the microclimate to allow the chilies to grow. Now, importantly and fascinatingly, not only are we talking about food production now, not only are we talking about economic development for the locals in the area, but Malawi is plagued by having a lot of foreign exchange control issues. It is tough. Their imports and their exports are completely outbalanced, and so the USD is extremely hard as obviously the sort of standard that is used, especially when we're talking about international investors and buyers. Suddenly we're able to actually export these chilies from the microclimates, from the solar PV modules that were developed by the IPP, to actually sell that internationally, bring in foreign exchange and forex to then use for their investors, for their employees, for the community. Suddenly it is this full circle of actually each element of this cycle being able to feed off each other. Well, one, we've got land optimization being a massive part of this. We are taking up more and more land with renewable energy projects and with humanity as a whole. And so anywhere we're able to increase the yield, production and usage out of this land is a massive benefit to us all. Secondly, we're going to have climate resilience. We've spoken about how the modules and the PV modules themselves can protect from harsh conditions, which allows new crops to thrive and microclimates to be created. And thirdly, we've got the economic and social benefits of being able to impart new knowledge onto the local environment or in the local communities, and being able to give them jobs and new ways to sort of provide for themselves with new crops. And lastly, we've got an opportunity to commercialize all of this and to somehow actually create a benefit for investors and IPPs and maybe even governments as well. So it's a very fascinating topic, and one I look forward to learning and seeing more about.